couple things before we get started today. If you know someone who wants to play in a GMeric game, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about either getting onto the campaign waitlist or getting into a one-shot. I will be doing a one-shot later this month, so look for the announcement over at Patreon, which is patreon.com/GMEric, and then subsequently in the Discord. We also have the YouTube channel over at youtube.com/@thegamemastereric. Go check that out. We've got archives at GM tip videos and podcasts over there. If you do watch those, do hit the thumbs up. It does help me out a ton. We also have the clip contest going on. We now have physical maps of Toivoa available on gmeric.com in the store. And we also have these awesome hats that are great. These are embroidered hats. They're snapbacks. They're really, really nice. Check these out. These are on the front page of gmeric.com along with the dice that we are selling. So go check those out. They are awesome. They're really, really cool. And they are adjustable. It fits even my massive dome. So go check that stuff out. Lastly, for today's announcements, we have the Battle Royale on July 27th. For those who have not participated in a Battle Royale, it is a ton of fun. It is PvP, and it is always great sportsmanship. We have physical prizes that we give out as part of the Battle Royale, including a bomber jacket for first place. We give out t-shirts and more prizes depending on how many people show up. Right now, I believe I have 4 people signed up, so go sign up over at gmeric.com in the store under the one-shots. We are going to have a ton of fun on July 27th, and that will not impact the Sunday morning campaign. That will be at 4 p.m. Central Time, so go check that out. But let's go ahead and get you guys started, because it's time to play some D&D, and we got so much to cover, thanks to Bwinkle. And
What'd you do, Bwinkle?
And thanks to the last 2 days of sessions, just saying. There have been a lot of developments in Toivoa over the past 2 days. Oh yes, look worried. For those who cannot see the webcam, the brows have been furrowed. You guys are adventuring the lands of Toivoa. As you have gone around Toivoa, you've visited the Protectorate, you've visited Ostrea, and have now come down to Shatter Shaddai as you're working to collect pieces of the Baneful Ashwood Spire, a staff that allows for the planes to be less separated and allow portals to be opened and closed from one to the other and allow creatures to leak through easily. To that end, you've come to Shatter Shaddai seeking an audience with the Sultan. In order to get that audience, you needed to make friends with the Batim and get their favor, their endorsements. Over the past several months worth of sessions, you've gotten endorsements from many of them. But most recently, we're working with the member of the team named Jamila in order to quash a threat that was facing Shatter Shaddai. Specifically, the House of Flowers had a botched operation where the palace had been attacked. You have managed to go to the palace, and after a significant amount of effort, blew a whole bunch of shambling mounds and a druidic shaman and witch. That's where we pick up, as you guys have just completed your combat. So, apparently Roll20 is taking a moment, but here you are. Find yourselves on the lower left section of the map, having just slain the shaman.
Why is it that everywhere we go in Toivoa, we're cleaning up after some botched operation of the House of Flowers?
Covet is looking at the chickens going, trying to figure out what she can do, the ones that are asleep. And then she thinks, she's like, I have a harebrained idea, but I don't know if it'll work. As she hands,
I
have a bird-brained idea. Yes.
Thank you.
And she hands over a healing potion over to Islar and says, "Honey, you look like you might need this. I can't heal you personally, but maybe this will help."
I already have a couple.
You sure you don't want a third?
I have 5.
Okay.
The rest will do me good.
Oh, okay. All right. You look a little peaked there, as Ayla would say.
No, not me.
I bet you've been granted inspiration.
Ooh, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate.
You'll need
Now,
that
what
later.
I can do, there are several of us who are looking a little peaked. Okay. Just because Covet said I would say it, decided to say it. So I guess I could cast Mass Healing Word and let everybody feel a little bit better. So I'll do that, and then we'll see what we can do about the chickens.
Tis just a scratch. Awesome.
Anyone gets inspiration.
That was.
Not as much as I'd like, but 8. It's on the screen here.
So everyone recovers 8 hit points. Islaren, you've also been granted inspiration.
We appreciate it when Twitch chat does that. That's amazing.
It's not like they will need it really badly later.
What's the worst that could?
Hush. The dice gods will hear you.
Let me answer that real quick. The Toivoan train wreck.
Oh, what did your brother do this time?
He ain't part of them. Ah!
The fact that Jordan's camera is not showing, and yet he is smiling so broadly, is great.
How'd you know?
Because you've been playing in my games now, sir, for over 4 years. And I don't need to see the camera to know this to be a fact. I love it when you are on camera, but I don't need to see it to know you very, very well, sir.
Okay, so shall we handle the chicken situation?
We saved the chickens. Can't we just let chicken tenders handle their tender?
No, it's because they are under the spell of the green sleeping powder.
Right, they can handle that.
No, they can't.
Are we
The
supposed to
only
save the
thing that
chickens?
Yes.
The only thing we have found that takes care of that is the Australian fire blooms, but we can't give each one of these chickens an Australian fire bloom.
So this is they're
Because it has lesser restoration.
so alchemically, GM Eric,
Yes.
and also with arcane knowledge, could she potentially dry out the Australian fire bloom and powder it and then blow a little bit of each on the chickens and they could potentially wake up, or would that not work?
You've never tried that. Potentially. Theoretically, could Covet, let's walk through the steps. Could Covet spend the days it would take in order to dry out an Australian fire bloom? Yes. Could she powder it? Of course. Could she put it in the chicken's feed? Of course. Would it cure them? Unknown.
But how are you going to get unconscious chickens to eat?
Well,
Days.
it would. I was just thinking of it potentially like. Okay, so maybe I didn't think that 100% through, but I tried. Dang it.
The other problem would be because they're not eating in the length of time that it would take to do that, we'd lose a lot of them.
What if we put it in a liquid? What if we put it like in water? Couldn't that potentially do the same? And we just drop some of it down their little beaks.
Potentially. Anything's potential.
Why are we worried about the chickens?
Because we were
Because
supposed to
they're-
keep them alive.
We're
They are
And
alive.
they
We
they
got
are
to
the
take care of
Sultan's
it.
favorite pets.
We got to take care of the chicks.
I thought the only thing that we were doing was cleaning out the shrubberies from around the palace.
We were to protect the prize chickens too.
All right, they're protected. Awesome.
We were trying to get in there to see the Sultan, to see if we can get him to give us the other shard. And you want us to go off and leave dead chickens, because that's what they're going to be.
They're not dead.
They are going to be really, really soon, because they are small animals. It does not take long for them to dry out in terms of water and to starve to death.
And when we pass that information on to the Bettine and blame the House of Flowers appropriately, they will handle it with the might and power and the wizardry of the Bettine that they can bring to bear.
I'm kind of on Twilight's side for this one.
Okay, everyone, please mark your calendars. Hell has frozen over.
Yeah.
I knew I liked
Green.
We all just you just see all of our heads turn to Aowen and go, "What?"
He raises a good point.
He does
And
have a
all-
good point, but I just don't want to be associated with the idea that I was around when the chickens died.
And we
Didn't
won't
do
be. We,
anything.
like you said, we could just put the blame on the House of Flowers.
In all practicality, is there anything we can do today?
Probably not.
No.
If
There is an entire
we-
nation held the most magical city in all of Toivoa right here, and we're going to waste time with our limited resources debating on how we're going to waste the chicken.
I hate
Perhaps
to
if-
admit it, but Twilight's right.
There are
If-
three
Is
people.
Lauren?
Okay, let's.
Is Lauren's been trying to talk?
Go ahead, Miss Lauren.
if there is no other option, we could perhaps come back tomorrow, but I feel that we do not have nearly. We've spent far too much magic to be able to cure all the chickens now. Certainly, if we consume all of our fire blooms, perhaps we could cure some of them, but again, not nearly all of them. I agree with Twilight that we should inform the guards and inform Jamila what has happened, and if they have no solution in mind, then we rest, we come back tomorrow, we cast as many lesser restorations as possible and see if that works. But if they have the ability to handle it, then we have put them in a position to do so.
Do we have any of that green powder remaining?
Yes.
So, even better, when we close out our report, we hand over a little bit of the powder that allows the Bettine to look at finding a solution to save these prize chickens.
Covet does not like the idea of handing over something so volatile.
Just a little bit of powder.
Covet really does not like doing this. in her head, she's thinking, Leslie would kill me. There is no coming back from that.
Think of the chickens.
I'm willing to face the wrath of the Sultan.
Perfect. Let's go close our report.
Oh, fuck.
I don't like this.
I really don't like this.
Eric really likes this.
If you have other solutions, we are open to them. Or at least I am.
I gave mine, but I was outvoted. So, let's go.
Covet, you realize that the four most opposite people of the party have just agreed on things. Winkle, Twilight, Eowyn, and Islarin.
Yeah, I know. That's another reason why I don't feel good about this.
Nope. They've been drugged. They've been cursed. That's it. Then, and Covet leans over to Ayla and says, "Are we sure that they've not been cursed?"
I wish I could be.
Well, he's feeling pretty good about himself being able to have convinced 4 members of the party.
I just don't like being associated with the fact that the chickens are in this particular predicament and I'm associated with it. And I've walked out and done nothing.
But you
Agreed.
didn't do nothing. That's the best part of this. You did everything within the
Notice!
scope and boundaries of your power to save the chickens from the House of Flowers. Now, by passing this on to those that have the capacity and capability to finally take it to the final step of saving these chickens, you have done your duty.
I'll let
Right.
you try to get that over because I don't buy it.
Ayla, just out of curiosity, if the chickens die, can you cook them?
No, I would not cook these because they're contaminated.
Deep
Ooh.
fried and extra crispy.
Or maybe I would cook them and give them all to Twilight.
Usually, if you
Original
boil,
recipe.
things, it gets most of the germs off. So,
This isn't germs. This is poison.
well, maybe a little poison can add a little extra spice.
No.
A little bit of pepper.
Spicy chicken.
So,
Winkle gets it.
Covet, she is just so frustrated with the whole situation because she's associated with this now and she doesn't want to be. And she would rather leave at this point. So she is looking around for a strategically quick exit, not through the palace.
all right. So you guys
The
will
only
have
way
to
out
go
I
out
know
the
is the way we
entrance.
came in.
Yep. All right. Good enough. So, as you guys leave, Covet, you were right. I did send messages to those 4 players.
I'm lost. Oh yeah.
Understood.
Oh, actually, before we go, could I literally count the chickens?
Sure. You going to
I got
go
you.
and count who?
I just want to count how many chickens there are.
Understood. As you go chicken counting, you will find that there are a total of 37 chickens.
Oh,
Okay.
I can't count that high.
Not enough toes?
No.
Mainly, I just want to do that so that if we do come back, help take care of this, then I want to see what the scope of our task is.
Yes. Interestingly, there is a Native American tradition called counting coop, which is funny when you consider you're counting chickens in a coop.
Yep.
Anyway, we shall move forward. As you guys depart the palace, you are undetected. You're able to slip past the guards and head out.
Why are we slipping past the guards?
Because you were authorized to be there. They don't care that you're leaving. So you guys can go out into the town proper.
Okay, Winkle, you have to report to the House of Flowers.
Yeah, I have to go to the House of Flowers.
If
Well,
they
not
get an
have.
antidote for this green powder stuff that they've inflicted on the panels.
That'd be a good idea. Oh, you're so smart.
Twilight, do you feel that?
Twilight is really holding back a remark because he's going to let Winkle just bask in his acknowledgement.
You keep fading in and out. I think you're very far from your microphone. You may want to move it closer.
Is that any better?
Yes.
Oh, now we can hear him.
All right. So, where are we going? What are we doing?
We head back to Jamila's. Report in
I
order.
I think that would be a wise idea, but I don't think everybody should come. Much like what happened with what we did with the House of Flowers.
Well, if you want him to see if there's an antidote for the House of Flowers that they would have, wouldn't you think you need to go see about that first? Then we can bring the antidote to Jamila.
Because all of us didn't see the agent the last time, I don't think all of us should see the agent this time.
My point.
Well,
Yeah, he
that's-
kind of doesn't want people to see him. So I'll go on.
So, you're going to go to Jamila's tower, or where are we going?
Are we splitting the party?
That's how we got in this mess.
It was a job. It was not a mess.
It's a mess.
So this is my understanding that I'm looking for confirmation that Winkle and Ayla are going to go speak with the agent with the House of Flowers, and then the rest of us are going to Jamila with Bettine.
Okay. Is that correct?
Okay, so if we get an antidote, are we supposed to go to Jamila's then?
I thought if y'all had the antidote, y'all would give it to the guards there at the palace.
I'd rather not go to Jamila's without any form of information in regards to an antidote. Because if there is an antidote, the House of Flowers, this is their mess. They need to clean it up. And if they don't, then that's where we're going to need Jamila. And we need to go in with all the information possible.
But we're going to hang out
Yep.
until they meet with the House of Flowers.
You have information on one antidote.
Yes. But I don't know if it'll work.
You can tell them about the lesser registration.
Yeah, we didn't try that before. So we don't even know if that'll work.
Well, that's why the Australian fire bloom worked.
Exactly.
Yes. And I don't have lesser restoration.
I don't either.
I don't
Clerics,
know.
do you?
Three of us are capable of it. At least.
And do any of you have it?
I don't.
I can. Well, all three of us can rest tonight and prepare it if needed.
Yeah.
We can go to her and present a plan of action. We can tell her about how we have found success curing this poison with the fire bloom due to its properties of less restoration. That if they have people who are capable of casting it, that they should be directed to do so, or alternatively, that given enough rest that we can go do so tomorrow. We can return to her without necessarily knowing precisely what antidote the House of Flowers uses, if they use one. And we can still go to her and present a solution.
And then they can bring the full might of the team to bear to save these prize chickens of Sultan. Quit throwing things at me.
Can you
And
throw something at
additionally-
it for me?
Additionally, I'm not sure I would rather be in a situation where the House of Flowers knows more than the team knows.
That's fair.
It was their plot.
And as far as we know, based on things that have been heard, that we potentially could have heard, I mean, they could be working with the House of Flowers anyway.
Indeed.
Well, do we need to tell Jamila about the message that we found in the bone?
Absolutely.
We should, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And again,
Everyone decoded that, by the way.
yes, we were talking about this.
Yes. Definitely need to tell her.
Anyone familiar with that name?
Cecily. Well, yeah. History-wise, GM, can I roll a history
Roll a
check on that?
check? Absolutely.
18.
You do not know who that is.
But the Batim may.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm
So
going to start striding purposefully in the direction of Jamila's Mage Tower.
Very well.
I will
Winkle,
follow her.
Winkle and I will go and talk with the House of Flowers and see what we can find out.
All right.
I'm going with Islorn.
And if we find anything that we think that Jamila should know, should we go straight to Jamila's, or do we want to meet together before we go?
The longer we
Do so
dwell,
without being spotted.
Do what?
Do so without being spotted.
Yeah.
I'm echoing in
Alright.
someone's microphone.
Yeah.
Well, not that.
All right.
All right.
So,
Come on, Winkle. Let's go.
Winkle
Okay.
and Ayla. Now, just for timing's sake, is this all happening at the same time, or do we want one party to get there first? Sounds good. We'll do it at the same time.
All right. I think we're splitting at the same time, but I don't know what their process will be to find the contacts.
I don't know what travel time is for either one.
Well, we'll get to Jamila's tower first. As you guys make your way over to Jamila's tower, you're able to find the place easily. You know how to get there. There are guards in the street, but no one seems to pay you much mind. You guys enter?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
As you come inside, the air in here smells faintly of violets. It's cool and welcoming. As you walk in, Jamila comes out to greet you. Hello again. Is there something I can help you with? Have you resolved the issues?
Most of them. We have cleared out the various creatures as well as a druid who is leading them.
Excellent.
I do not believe there is any further active threat on the palace grounds.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. And the threat of the House of Flowers, has it been resolved?
Ish.
Ish. Explain.
Well, when they were in the garden and they particularly targeted, it seemed, the chickens, and they put green sleeping powder in the chickens' coop, that when you went to open the door, the green sleeping powder would poof all over the chickens. We did not know this, and so there are several coops that the green sleeping powder have been spilled. I think it's like 3, correct? It may be 4.
Why would they have targeted chickens?
I don't know. Maybe
Roll an
because they were
insight
pies?
check, please, Covet.
You said insight?
Yes,
Sorry.
please.
$18. At
With
least
an
I'm consistent.
18. Okay, with an 18 insight in this case, when the chicken coops were open, there was a puff of green powder that came out of them, as well as inside. This was a trap laid for the Sultan when he visited his birds.
Okay. So they obviously knew that it was a trap for the Sultan, because they are his birds. They are his favorites, and so they wanted to knock out the Sultan in doing so with this trap, potentially causing harm, chaos, whatever. And there, the issue is that it's probably on all of them, and we know of 3 or 4 coops that have it on there. We do believe that lesser restoration could revive the chickens. However, you'd still need to get rid of the sleeping dust. You'd still need to do the cleanup effort. And that's difficult with it being loose.
I understand. Thank you for this information. You have been most helpful. I will ensure that the areas are quarantined and cleansed. Thank you for dealing with the threats to the palace itself. Are you certain that the threats are gone?
Covet was very focused on the powder, so she's really stuck on that. And so she kind of looks to Islarin to finish that conversation.
I'm rechecking what we know of the House of Flowers, their involvement.
Okay. There was that one thing, though, that we discovered. And she leans over and tells Islarin quietly, the bone message.
We found a strange note, actually.
Strange note.
It was
Yes.
carved in bone?
For the record, it was not carved in bone. It rolled up inside of a bone.
Oh, okay. I apologize. It was a note rolled up inside of a
2
bone?
weeks ago. Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
It's all
I had a
good.
lot going on.
If this is using, and I'll show it. Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
I'll show it to her and say, if this is using the code I think it's using, it says, "Successfully wished must die."
Now that is a severe concern.
Who's Cecily Wish?
The Sultan's daughter.
Oh, great. Lovely. Of course it is.
But she's been missing for quite some time. She hasn't been in Shadow Shaddai for over a year.
Are you sure? Because why would no offense, but why would the House of Flowers be trying, this rogue group of the House of Flowers try to get to her here if she hasn't been here for a year?
That is a very big question. You see, Cecily is a wanderlust person. She is, unlike her father in his current time, is more like him when he was young. Cecily likes to roam. She likes to see the world and get up to adventures. She views the world as a place to be explored and cultures to be learned about. She likes new foods, new experiences, and the wonder of the unknown. From what we understand in our various contacts throughout Toivoa, she left here and traveled northwards a year ago to where she visited the town of Nausha. There she went on an adventure with some mercenaries as part of a consortium of adventurers. Subsequently, she was hoodwinked and mistaken for an agent of the House of Flowers. She apparently went to the far-off land of Ivry, where she acted as caretaker and manager of one of the major haciendas there in Ivry, where they trained new assassins. There has recently been an upheaval in the leadership of the House of Flowers, and it's no surprise if they've discovered that she was impersonating a official in their organization, that they would want the Princess of Shadow Shaddai to die. After all, she would be privy to so much of their secret information.
Covet looks at his Larn and raises an eyebrow.
And you guys can thank Bubble Laser for all of this.
Bubble, you got some explaining to do! Girl, I know how to contact you.
So, if Cecily Wish has been targeted by the House of Flowers, then it's a concern, because it means that they do not know where she is. And nor do I. And her life is at risk by a worldwide spanning Assassin's Guild. We must recover Cecily Wish and have her summoned back to the castle. To resolve this, I will get the members of the team on this. It is something we can do. Thank you for your assistance. You have my endorsement for a meeting with Sultan Lego. I encourage you to prepare yourselves. We will have the meeting with Sultan Lego in 2 days. Are there any questions?
First, we are honored by your endorsement. We still have a couple more that we need to meet with.
Very well.
Do you happen to know where we could find either Leila Esfandiari or Sophia Elazar?
Yes. They should be in their mage towers. Layla is a bit capricious, but Sophia is more of the reserved type. One that not everyone trusts. Is there anything else?
If we find anything more out about the House of Flowers, we'll come to you with it.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, be very careful with the green sleeping dust. It is very dangerous. But of
Give
course,
a sample of this.
I have a small sample.
May I have it? Would you like to use it for research?
She gives her what was left on a envelope.
Okay. Thank you. She takes it with a pair of chopsticks, not touching it.
And it's like only an edge, like a teeny tiny corner.
Yep. She takes the envelope with the chopsticks and moves it off to the side. We will have this analyzed. Is there anything else? Then I bid you good day. Thank you again for your
Thank
service.
you as well.
And she hands you the sealed endorsement of Jamila. You guys are escorted out.
Covet has kept her composure the entire time, and then she steps outside and she just kind of slumps her shoulders, takes a big deep breath, and says, "My patron's gonna kill me."
Not yet. Meanwhile, at the Eben Pearl Hotel, we find Bwinkle and Ayla having made their way to the suite where you are to meet with Sludge Duskfen. And he will greet you here in the suite, Bwinkle, right where he's supposed to be. So is it done?
Yes. Ran into a problem with the chickens. Some sort of powder.
Green?
Yeah.
Figures.
What can we do to get rid of that stuff?
Here, take this. He's going to hand you a purple vial. You can see that inside of it, the fluid is thick. This is a concentrate. It's a direct cure for the green sleeping dust. It's the only known one, as far as I know. Give this to whoever suffers, and they'll feel better.
Okay. We gotta get we're gonna get the gold. I just want to let you know, if you need me again, my name's Winkle. What's yours?
Sludge.
Hey, Sludge. If you need me, let me know.
He reaches out a hand for a handshake.
I look and then reach out and grab it.
Okay? He gives you the barbarian handshake. The wrists as opposed to the hands.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for the help. The House of Flowers owes you a debt. Thanks for taking care of the mistake. If there's something that you need help with in the future, find me. Find one of us. And give him this. And he's going to hand you a dried tulip. Give this to one of the House of Flowers members, and it'll redeem a favor.
You said something about a payment too.
This was the payment, but you want
Okay.
gold too?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Fine. He's going to provide you with a small pouch. It's about 2 inches in diameter. Here. He just tosses it to you. You can easily catch it. Should be enough to
Alright.
cover expenses and a little extra.
Thank you. And Winkle turns to Ayla and I go, I got what we need.
Winkle,
Yeah.
have you ever considered changing professions?
To what?
He comes closer and leans up. He can't whisper in your ear unless you bend down. Would you?
Yeah, but I'd bend down. Any business opportunity.
You'd make a good spy.
Ooh. I don't know if I'm smart enough for that, but let me think about it.
He pats you on the shoulder. Don't think too hard. Don't want to hurt yourself. And he's going to walk out of the room.
Winkle turns to Ayla and says, do you think we need to get this liquid over to him?
Let's wait till they get back and see what they have to say.
Okay.
I mean, the bottom line is Covet may want to hang on to it so she can analyze it and see what's in it.
Okay, fine.
Winkle,
Yeah.
you find yourself in a unique situation. You have successfully completed a job for the leading assassins and clandestine organization in the world. You are safe, healthy, in a very rich and opulent suite with the love of your life right over there. You've been successful, accomplished, and no one else is around.
Ooh. Hi, Ayla.
Yes, Winkle.
You know it's been so nice being with you this couple of days.
Oh my goodness.
You know you're so nice.
It has been nice, Winkle. And
Wink-
you have shown, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you have shown surprising good sense.
Oh, I won't do it again.
Yes, like a friend of mine says, yes, you've been smart. Now watch out for a tsunami of stupid.
And Winkle reaches down and kisses on her on the head. Picks her up and puts her on the couch.
Do you resist, Ayla?
What are you doing?
Oh, I just wanted you to be very comfortable.
Okay, why?
Just want to spend time with you.
Okay. So, tell me, what was your childhood like?
Oh, big family. We always, with Musators, believe in big family.
Our power's cutting in and out, so if you might lose us for a minute, but we'll be back.
How
Must
big of
have
a
a storm
family?
nearby. Yeah.
Yeah, big family.
How big was your
How
family,
many?
Winkle?
13 kids.
"13 kids, huh?
Yep, 13 kids.
We know something about Winkle's mom?
Yeah.
Mom and dad? Or mom and dad's?
Nope, mom and dad.
Healthy household?
Yeah, he was always busy, it seemed.
It sounds like it.
He went out from now.
I don't think he went out for milk considering that there are 13 kids. I think he found his milk at home.
I think he was a milkman.
I
You know,
definitely think so, considering Musatar.
Yeah, he had to deliver a lot of milk.
I don't need to go into that because my grandfather was a milkman and he got in trouble because of the same thing. So,
Oh, I got you beat. I was a milkman.
I hope you didn't get in trouble for the same thing.
I was 17 years old. What do you think?
Okay. Someone's in the doghouse for the rest of the day.
No, I know about all this.
Okay.
But my great grandfather's got you beat. My great grandfather
No.
had
No.
18 kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone got around.
At least there were 2 wives. First one had 3 and then died, and then he married again and had 15 more.
I know a family like that.
Yeah.
So, don't want to go into why she died, but anyway.
You know, I don't know. I really don't know.
All right, moving forward. As Winkle and Ayla have their moment here, we pan the camera back to the town proper, where the rest of the crew is walking through town. Having gotten another endorsement from a member of the team, where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
Go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just going to say, I think we should go back and rest.
I agree. There's much to think on. And hopefully fix. I don't like... I'm just not trustful of anything that's happened recently. I'm just not. I just have a bad feeling.
About anything specifically?
House of Flowers. Jamila. Something's not right there, and I can't put my finger on it.
seemed very knowledgeable about Cecily Wish's activities there.
Say that again?
You seem very knowledgeable about Cecily Wish's activities there.
Yeah. And I mean, I know it's her job to know things, but I'm just I just don't know how to wrap my head around things, and there are ways that we can get knowledge, but I don't know how long it'll take. The question is, do we even want to ask? Do we want to go down that path? But for a political rescue, so to speak, but at the same time, she seems more than capable to handle herself. So, I don't even know. Covet just, she's looking at one hand and then looking at the other, you know, kind of weighing the scales back and forth. And she's just like, I feel that no matter what we do, the scales will not be balanced. There's the scales will be tipped in one way or another.
Perhaps. Some scales never balance themselves.
And were they ever balanced to begin with?
Precisely.
Just means it needs to be weighed, measured, and judged appropriately.
I'm ignoring that first night reference. Yeah. All of the night references. Oh my gosh. Particularly the one with Heath Ledger.
A Knight's Tale?
Thank you. First night was another
Better.
one as
Yes.
well.
First Night was much better. On Conray.
Love that movie.
If you haven't seen Jordan or Eowyn, that's homework. Go watch First Night.
Fabulous. Ultimate
Fabulous.
beast movie.
Alright, so what other endorsements do we need?
Rest. And then which one did she say that was the best option? Was it, I'm not pronouncing this correct, Sophia?
Yeah.
Didn't she say that we're meeting the Sultan in 2 days?
Yes.
Indeed.
So-
Do we need the other endorsements if we've already got an appointment made?
We should still gather them.
Yes.
We can.
What time of day is it, GM?
It would be at this point noon.
I am
After fighting all those things, it's just
You're not here. You're not here.
I know, but
Ayla is
So-
lounging. Discussing lots of kids with Boinkle. Yes. You discuss
So
lots
should-
of kids with Boinkle. They may not be yours, but his brothers and sisters. Right, Boinkle?
So, should we head back to the hotel and regroup and see what we found out as a group?
I think so.
All right. So, You guys can head back towards the Eben Pearl. As you guys arrive, you're greeted by the staff and able to go up to the suite, where you hear Bwinkle reciting the names of all 13 kids. Bwinkle?
Let's see. There's Adolf. There's Marie. There's... I'm actually going down my uncles and aunts. Let's... Adolf, Marie, Frank. It was one girl and the rest were boys.
Tess. Tessie.
Cat, yeah.
Hey, Winkle, Ayla, how's it going?
Thank you for saving.
We met with Sludge Darkfin.
Darkfin or Dustfin?
Profitable.
Dustfin.
Dustfin.
Dustbin. What
Not right.
Finn.
Eric, can you please put this out in the channel spelling,
What?
please?
But I love the confusion.
I got it. Okay, Dustbin. Anyway, we met with Sludge and told him about the problem with the chickens, and he gave us this. And I'm going to hand to Covet the purple vial with the thick liquid in it. This is the antidote to the green powder. It says a concentrate. You would only use a tiny amount.
Oh, wow. She gingerly takes the vial.
How gingerly does she take it? Can I get a sleight of hand check?
$19.
You're good. I just didn't want the natural one.
And she's like, thank you. This actually might save my hide. And she takes it over to where she would have her alchemy stand set up, closest to the window. And she would be like, okay, just because I don't know what's going to happen, Ayla, here's a fan, and you pull out your fan and do what we did before, kind of create a hood. And she opens the window really wide, and she siphons a little bit out and pours it into an empty vial, like a little bit, teeny tiny bit, and stoppers it.
Falls to its death.
And she stoppers it really fast. Stoppers both of them.
Yep.
And she's like, okay, well, now we know that we can give this to... A pigeon falls to its death?
Yes. Because it was outside and the green powder flew across it and it fell asleep in mid-flight.
It wasn't green powder. It was the vial.
Okay. I thought you were doing the green powder.
The purple antidote.
Understood.
The purple antidote.
Okay.
That's
I
why
didn't
I was
understand why
confused.
you were doing the fanning.
I was ready to go find somebody and kill him.
No, it wasn't
My
that.
mistake.
No, I know what the green antidote. I know what the green powder does. It's the antidote that I don't.
Ah, okay.
And so that's the reason why I was making sure that there was a hood, because I don't know what it does. I don't know even if it's the real antidote.
Cool.
So.
You're suspicious of the House of Flowers?
Oh yes, very much so.
I will tell you this. Sludge did say that this is the only known antidote that they knew of. So they don't know about the Australian fire blooms. So
So
we know
Twilight wants
more
to
than
take
they do.
Twilight wants to take this moment and make sure that we acknowledge that we have both the gratitude from the House of Flowers for cleaning up the mess and the gratitude of the Batine for cleaning up the mess. And we didn't have to waste any resources on these damn chickens.
I am going to sew your mouth shut real quick. So,
Okay. Wait a minute. I've got more to tell. Wait a minute.
uh-huh.
He also gave Bwinkle a dried tulip that anytime we need a favor from the House of Flowers, we just find a member and give them the tulip, and it is a pledge of their help.
Is that the House of Tulips? I'm assuming are they part of the House of Tulips here?
I don't know, but that's what they gave him, was a dried tulip.
Interesting.
And then he gave us a small bag of gold to cover our expenses. How much was in the gold bag, Jim?
There were gemstones inside of it, totaling 7,000 gold.
Ooh.
Let's make it
Anybody
7,200 so you guys can divide it easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's gemstones inside this bag. My best guess is about 7,200 gold worth of gemstones in here. And I was wondering if we wanted to split up the gemstones or if we wanted to give them to Islaren and see if she could make us rings or bracelets or something, amulets or something to wear that could help us out. Whatever y'all want to do.
Anything you say, my sweetheart.
She will look at Islaren and be like, if that is what you choose to do, that is what you choose to do. Just let me know what you guys choose, because I need to make sure that what's in this vial is not toxic. So
I understand that, but he actually said Winkle had done such a good job. He offered him a job as a spy.
Twilight snort.
He's not gonna accept that job, is he?
I don't think he is.
I'm not
That
smart
would
enough.
pose.
But, you never know. Dumb guys get lucky sometimes.
I mean, look at how stealthy, dynamic, and infiltrating capabilities that Winkle have. I think he'd make a fantastic spy.
I think so too, but,
We haven't talked about it yet,
What?
him and I, but I don't see Bwinkle doing that. Besides, Bwinkle told him he didn't think he was smart enough to do it.
He could be
Winkle,
000.
don't put yourself down. You are absolutely smart enough to be a spy for the House of Flowers.
So Winkle
Islaren-
comes over and puts his arm around Twilight and gives him a guy hug. You being nice. What's the matter?
Trying to make you support you here.
You.
No, I don't think he's going to take the job. Are you, dear?
I'm a moose, not a deer.
Dear Moose.
Oh.
That's his half sister.
I was saying DEAR, not DEER.
I have been officially got.
Remember, his dad was a milkman, so a deer moose does make sense.
Oh boy. As we go downhill. Okay.
Man,
Okay, my little
mind
sugar
it.
dumplings.
Win?
I see I have nothing to worry about now.
Way to go,
Alright, so
Eowyn.
I will say, I am certain the tribunal would take issue with someone openly spying for the House of Flowers being placed so close to the ambassador.
Yeah, I kind of think that too. And I don't think my king would be real thrilled with it either.
You know what, though? That's exactly why that would be a good one. Because nobody would expect it.
Now, if you want to spy for the Protectorate,
We could do that, too. I could be a triple spy. I don't know
That
if I can
makes my
count.
head hurt.
I don't think I could count that high, though.
You don't think that Winkle would make a great triple agent?
Oh, that makes him a triple threat. Ha!
Just think of the damage I could do.
You
Think of
mean
this.
brain damage?
Winkle the spy with a whisper and a buzz, creeping through the night where the dark waters flow.
I knew this guy that could train me. His name's Boris.
Oh, him? The one whose sidekick is Natasha?
You're gonna trust someone named Boris?
And Natasha.
I've heard of them, Boris and Natasha. They're always looking for moose and squirrel.
Well, I own moose. And Ayla is a little squirrely.
Moose?
Yes.
Oh, is that Boris and the Pussycats? I love that group.
Yeah. I think I saw them once.
Moose, find your own dinner.
Wow.
Ayla's not cooking? What happened?
She's cooking for us, not him. There's a difference.
It's okay. I'll just go find a bag of mooseberries.
You ain't getting that either.
Okay. What's with your liquid, COVID?
Covet starts with a series of small experiments trying to see what it does. See what it does on like small plants. Like she takes a piece of fresh plant from the corner and sees if it like withers and like dies, burns, anything like that.
It does nothing.
Okay, so she's like, okay, Ayla, we're gonna need to make a hood. And she's like, Islaren, get the Australian fire bloom ready.
I will get one ready.
Are you going to take that green powder?
I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna have to put it on. We're gonna have to test it one way or another. But
why didn't you grab one of this pigeons?
Can somebody catch me a pigeon?
All Winkle has to do is go outside and stand. They come and land on his antlers.
Are you doing animal testing for your alchemy?
Would you rather me test it on you?
Of course not.
Can I watch? Can I watch?
Before any of this stuff is tested, I think I will just go to his room to avoid it.
Smart idea. Winkle, go stand outside the door and let a pigeon land on your antlers and then grab him.
Are you coming with me?
No, but I'll stand in the window and watch.
I don't want to go out unless you're coming with me.
Oh, good grief. Get out of here! And I chase him out and follow him.
You chase him out and follow him, okay?
Okay, I go outside and I stand. And I'm going, here, Pidgey, Pidgey, Pidgey.
Please roll your animal handling check.
Gotta find that.
It's very top.
Column at the very top.
Center section, very top, right under Arcana. Animal handling.
Did you roll it? I didn't see it. Now it's doing it.
Did you see it?
Nope, what did you get?
It has to come over.
Did you click on
It rolled.
Did you
There it
click
goes.
on
A
features and
6.
traits?
The pigeons flee. They
It's the
fly away.
second one.
With a 6, Boyko, the pigeons not only do not come closer, they actively are scared away.
Ooh, they hurt my feelings.
Just stand there and be quiet.
All right. I strike a pose, a majestic pose.
A majestic pose. Please roll your performance check, sir. With a 7, that's 17. 20, that's animal handling. You must have hit it a whole bunch of times.
It's just doing weird.
Here's the performance.
19.
A 19. His pose is majestic. Ayla, in the noonday sun, his antlers are shining. They reflect the light and it dazzles like a mirror ball.
And so a
You're
crow comes and lands on his antler.
Does
you can
it?
exfoliate him right now.
Crows like shiny things.
Please roll your animal handling check, Ayla, to try to get a crow down here. Ayla, crows approach. You're able to get one to come and land on your hand.
That's
Very
all I need.
Snow White levels of animal handling.
And you see Ayla go, ha 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 ha.
That's Sleeping Beauty.
No,
Oh, it's not
that's
a
Snow
Cinderella-
White.
Snow White and Cinderella. All right.
That was Fiona from Shrek.
Don't
Two.
make me get the pool noodle.
Okay, so I go back
Frickin'
in. I
young
have this
people,
nice.
the whippersnappers.
I have this nice black crow on my hand, and I'm talking to him, and he's listening. So I go back up to the room, and I said, "Covet, how about a crow?"
She looks at the crow.
That's a question.
And she-
Is Winkle still downstairs posing?
I don't know. Are you?
Ooh,
I don't
no.
know. Are
I
you?
wasn't told not to.
You were
I
told to
didn't tell you to
pose and
move.
stand still. Did you stop standing still?
No.
Understood. So we're going to leave Winkle sunning for a little while.
Let's do this before he comes back. Although I'll probably have to go get him anyway.
He's following
So-
instructions. He's being a good man.
Yes.
Covet, she has Twilight. She's like, Twilight, I'm trusting you. She takes Ayla's fan and gives it to Twilight and says, fan towards the window. I'm begging you or you're going to knock us out.
Covet, as you ask this of Twilight, you see a hint of disappointment glint through his eyes as he had a plan that has just been foiled.
Please, Twilight. Please.
Twilight is having a hard time formulating words as his plans got foiled so bad.
But the opportunity.
I'm sitting here nearly crying because it's hilarious. I got the message and then Covenant engaged Twilight, and I'm like, gotta do what I gotta do here.
Covet knows Twilight so well at this point. Please, Twilight.
The disappointment is strong, but he will acquiesce.
Thank you, Twilight. Just keep fanning towards the window, towards the open window, please, away from us. And so with that, she instructs Ayla. As soon as I pop this vial, I'm gonna put it near the bird. As soon as I pop this vial, just before, take a deep breath, and then I'm gonna put it back on. Put the cork back on. And then you can breathe afterwards.
Got it.
Just, we can't inhale any of this. So, 1, 2, and she takes a deep breath, and then she pulls out the cork and puts it in front of the bird.
Okay. The bird falls asleep instantly.
She covers the cork.
The cloud of green goes out the window.
It's not the green, it's the...
No,
Oh,
It is green.
this is the green.
it is the green.
Oh, okay.
And it is a teeny tiny, it's like a quick and then close.
Sure. Yeah, it goes out the window.
It's just
Yeah.
enough for the bird.
And then
Everybody.
after it goes out the window, she releases her breath and she's like, all right, let's see if this stuff works.
Can you get a
And-
perception check from you, Covet?
Oh, great.
Don't
How
run.
many people
Don't
die?
do it one.
I get advantage on this, thank God. 25.
I'm going to send you a message.
Oh, no. What could go wrong, they said. What's the worst that could happen, they said.
I said it and you jumped my cake.
Wasn't talking to you. Oh no. With that, she puts the vial down on the counter and looks out the window and looks down. What does she see? Oh hell. Is Lauren, can you go take that Australian fire bloom to Boinkle down there, please?
Don't worry, I've got it. I'll take care of it.
Is Lauren?
Stay here with
No,
the Covet
make
and
sure-
Ayla, I'll take care of Winkle.
Is Lauren? Just make sure. I love my husband. I don't trust him. Follow him, please. Okay. And
Ayla
with
was smart.
that,
So glad I got out the room.
Out. Or she
Yeah.
will pass out in just a minute.
oh my gosh. So with that, Covet takes the little vial of purple that she had, the purple liquid that she had, separated from, and gives like a drop down the crow's beak,
Okay.
down his throat.
It wakes up. Calmly, quietly, it looks around, sees Ayla, and is fine.
Thank you, little guy. I appreciate
Ayla
your help.
pets Crow. I said, I've got a present for you. And she walks over to the side where she and Winkle were sitting earlier, and one of the silver threads that was in her headband that she keeps her hair tied back with, she pulls it off the couch and gives it to the little crow, and he takes it happily. And I go to the window and say, okay, go away, guy. We're good. Bye. And he takes off.
Okay?
I think his name should be Sam.
No,
Sam?
no, not Sam.
No,
Sebastian.
No. Sebastian.
Sebastian. I was my second choice was Sven.
Sebastian's good.
Sebastian. He's going to go find a little mouse friend of his.
Yes. Yes. No. The rats of no. Okay.
It took a second there.
It took me a second because I'm like, we went Disney and now we're not Disney. We're okay. It's one of my favorites. Oh.
I'm going to send a message to Twilight, who has prompted me. There you go. Does that make sense, Twilight?
Yep, I'm gonna send you a note.
Yep, thank you. You know exactly what that does, right?
Oh, I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, in your industry, I know you've seen this firsthand. Which concerns Covet immensely right now, which is great.
Okay, so with Ayla and her little the little crow, she watches this whole thing take this whole situation pan out, and she's like, well, it's obviously the antidote. So
it's nice to know we got the real thing.
Yeah. So we need to make
this is not Coca-Cola.
So ew. So we know it's not some we know it's the truth. It's not fake. So
should we take some of this to Jamala?
I would
say I'll say your name right in a minute.
I think that would probably be a good idea.
I'm not saying take all of it, but because it is a concentrate. But if we just put, a milliliter in a vial, that should go a long way.
I think that giving her that teeny tiny bit in that vial, and then saving some for ourselves in another vial, because I've got like one more vial after this left, and then the rest we can actually give to my patron, and she can divvy it out at the
somewhere able to figure out what's in it.
She can. She can. Okay. Because we know an important person in regards to that. So yeah. I think that would probably be best. So with that, she goes and pulls out a second vial and pours some of the purple liquid into that vial, making sure, it's like teeny tiny vial, like a small test tube version, and like the size of her pinky, teeny tiny. And she will pour that in there, stopper it, and be like, we can give this to Jamila.
If it's 1 milliliter, we're talking 1 cc, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
For those pharmacists out there.
No, this is the science teacher. I taught chemistry.
Science teacher, pharmacists, medical professionals, etc.
It's 1/5 of a teaspoon.
Yep. 1 cubic centimeter equals 1 milliliter.
So it's not a whole lot, but it's enough for them to analyze and deal with.
Exactly. So
at this point that I help Winkle back inside.
Winkle, you are conscious once again. Can I get a perception check, please? As you awaken in the middle of the street, you find Twilight helping you up with a Slarin behind him.
Yeah, it rolled.
As,
It just takes it a while to come over.
Yeah, it takes a while to come over.
click on roll 20.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
There it is. Thank you, Winkle. That's all I needed.
I'm goofy.
Did I notice Twilight doing anything?
Oh yes, I can just send you what's been going on. You don't need to roll a perception check.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Islarin?
It does.
Okay. Does that also explain what just happened with Winkle?
I think so.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Winkle, you, Islarin, and Twilight re-enter the hotel and can return to your suite.
Okay.
As you're walking through the hotel, Winkle, people are stopping and gawking at you. It must be because you're so magnificent.
I am a good-looking moose.
It's definitely your day, right, Twilight and Islarin?
Absolutely. He's a bright shining star in the dim lit hotel.
As they return to the suite, Ayla, Covet, you two are here with your successes. Twilight walks in first, proud of himself, followed by Islarin. Does Islarin have a smile on her face?
No, her expression's pretty neutral.
Understood? And then Winkle comes in. Covet, when Winkle walks in, Ayla, you see Winkle, and you've never seen the Musatar quite so radiant. On each of the points of his antlers, there is a candle. And they are all lit. He is his own light source as Twilight stands proudly before him, and Winkle has no idea that he is currently lit. He looks very proud and of his appearance.
Winkle, you look a little hot there.
Isn't he glorious?
Ooh.
Ayla goes and gets a chair from the dining room table. Drags it
Right.
over to the moose.
You seem a little brighter than normal. Is there something that we don't know?
Well, he was sleeping in the street, so maybe he got a little rest.
When I get up to the moose, I stand up in the chair.
She's
and
eye
lean
to
up
eye
on my
with you, Winkle,
tiptoes,
and she leans in.
and I say, "Bend over." And he thinks I'm going to give him a big kiss.
Winkle?
Probably.
Yeah?
Do the lips
Actually-
quiver?
And I lean
Yes,
to the
lips
side and
quiver.
start blowing out the candles.
Oh, that felt good.
Eamon will return to the
Again.
group.
Aowen's returning to the group right now.
Yeah.
Okay, as Aowen returns to the group, she sees Ayla giving Winkle a blow.
Ooh, yeah.
And he'll just leave again and check the next take.
Understood.
Gone for 5 minutes.
Aowen, you see her blowing out candles. Do you want to return?
I think A1's good.
Okay.
Winkle, go sit in that chair over there. And I just point to one of the chairs in the room. And I drag my chair along behind him. I stand up in the chair again, and I bend over and start taking the candles off his antlers. I promptly take one of them and throw it at Twilight. Thanks,
At-
Twilight.
At this point, Covet just kind of shakes her head and says, looks at us, Lauren, and says, the experiment was successful. That being said, I have taken a small vial, and she shows the teeny tiny test tube of the concentrate and says, do we want to give this to Jamila? Or is this something that we need to keep under wraps?
Considering how often that you ended up under the influence of that green dust, and how many times have we been asked to disseminate this dust across Toivoa proper?
I was thinking that we could give it to the person who created the dust to begin with, because they're on our side.
Who created the dust?
It is not my story to tell, but I can tell you that they are on our side.
Really?
Yes.
And then it was acquired by the House of Flowers?
Yes. Through nefarious deeds of their doing.
And I think it's in our best interest if we have the availability of getting additional.
So getting it to the creator to make more. That being said,
I think.
please continue.
Oh,
Sorry.
Jamila would appreciate a sample in case anyone sent to clear out the coops is afflicted.
This is why I've only given her just a little bit, to give us a little bit of an edge in time. But that's about it.
We have every reason to keep plenty for ourselves in case we run into any trouble.
Exactly. So, I think that we should give this teeny tiny bottle to Jamila. We just need to explain that this is all that we have. But I need to send a portion of the elixir to the person to the inventor. And I would need to do that through my patron, and I trust her for this because she was the one that gave us the information of what it is to begin with and how to fix it. So I think it would behoove us as a whole and as a group of adventurers to have this readily available. So if you're okay with that, then I will send this along to my patron, and she can give it to the person of interest. I dare not say the name. We never know who's listening.
If you believe it's what's best to do in your judgment,
We can talk about Bruno. No. Okay. But I think that it would probably be best in the long run. So with that, she is going to say, okay, she's going to give the small vial to Slaren and be like, this is what we're giving to Jamila. and then she's going to go pour some more in the. Ayla, is it a beaker? The
original thing he gave me, that he gave Winkle and Winkle handed to me, was like a small chemistry jar about 3 inches high. Yeah, about that size.
So a small beaker. Okay. So she's
Chemistry
gonna
jar that has a lid.
Yeah, that one has a lid. The cork just fell out. Sorry.
Okay.
And she is gonna take she's gonna take another test tube that's got like this, that's about the same size as
a 3 milliliter test tube.
Yeah. And pour some more in there, and then for less, she's going to keep the big bottle, but she's going to send the 3 milliliter over to her patron. That should be
there
enough.
was probably like 30 mLs, maybe 35 mLs in the big bottle.
Okay.
And this is a concentrate, so an ml goes a long way.
How is this transitioning from your current location to your patron's location?
She looks at Twilight and says, "Magic."
Uh-huh.
There
are you
are
going to do the Weo thing again?
Not that way, but similar.
Don't you remember she got us some healing potions one time when we were out
Yeah,
in the
but I
middle
thought
of the
that was like a
desert?
one-time thing. That wasn't something
It's
that
for
was...
emergencies only.
It's for emergency use.
And I think this is considered an emergency. I don't want to have any more on us than we have to, but I don't want us to go without the ability to produce more either.
So we're going to run into an issue with the House of Flowers and their green powder again?
Covet just rolls her eyes and goes to her bedroom door and says, "If this is what you guys want me to do, this is your last. If you don't want me to do this, this is your last chance. Let me know."
Go ahead, Covet.
And she looks at each one of them in turn.
Is there a reason that we would object?
I can't think of one. If we're giving it to the creator in order for him to create more.
Because again, I don't know who this creator is.
Say that one more time. I can tell you that creator is trustworthy. He works with our group of people.
And I have no objections.
No objection.
Then, is Aowen around? Because I would love to get their opinion as well.
Aowen had issues when Ayla was blowing.
Okay. Should I get Aowen's opinion, or is this pretty much a vote in favor of?
I think Coven would get Aowen's opinion regardless.
Say that one more time, Jam.
I think that knowing the past and the history of this, I think it would be very reasonable for Covet to knock on the door and try to get Aowen's opinion, considering how involved they have been in the past.
Go knock on his door and ask him. Tell him what it is and what you're doing with it, and ask him. I wouldn't want to do anything with this stuff without him knowing about it. Not with the history that we know.
That's fair. So she walks over to Aowen's door and... Because this is like a really large suite with a whole bunch of bedrooms, right? Am I
Indeed.
understanding this
That's
correctly?
correct.
That's correct.
Okay. So she walks over to Aowen's door, steels herself, rolls back her shoulders a little bit, head held high, just kind of giving herself a mental pep talk, and knocks on the door quietly. Enough to be heard, but not enough to be jarring. Not the milkman knock.
What's the milkman knock?
It's another word for a cop knock.
What it
Oh.
is, you don't knock with your hands, you knock with your feet.
It's loud.
You can wake somebody up.
I'd imagine so. Evan opened the door.
So I wanted to tell you what was going on.
Is Ayla done with the work she was doing over there?
Yeah. She looks over and says about that, and looks over at Ayla. Is she still pulling candles off of his antler?
No, I'm scraping the wax off his antlers now.
That satisfying feeling of picking the wax off of a solid surface.
Yeah, but have you ever seen moose antlers?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a furry surface
yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
It's like velvet.
Uh-huh.
Is she saying wax on, wax off?
Oh God.
No.
So
I
let's
think
go
she's
in
just
here.
polishing his horns.
She's giving him pieces. She's waxing him.
I only left for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
We have killed Twilight's Call.
He's laying here on the desk, laughing his butt off right now. So she's like, and she tries to stand as tall as she can, but realizes that she is no way going to block that scene that is happening behind her. So she's like, let's turn this way. And moves to another spot where anyone will have their back to whatever is going on with the wax over there.
It's all wax removal.
So, I wanted you to know that
Shut up.
Okay, he's just
Hush,
being a book of
Twilight.
wax.
So I wanted you to know that our experiment with the bird, testing the green powder on the bird and the antidote, was successful. The bird is happy, healthy, and has flown away. And we know that we need to give a small vial to Jamila so they can work on an antidote for the birds. I would like to keep some of the antidote for ourselves, because Lord knows we've come across enough of the green powder to begin with. But I would also like to send the antidote to the person who created the green powder, because how the House of Flowers got it was nefariously through not good techniques. And I would like the antidote to get to the person who created it, so they can create more antidote and figure out how to make it and that sort of thing. And I didn't want to do this without your approval, because it's going to go through my patron, and that person who created it works with our organization.
Is that a bad thing?
No, but I wanted you to be aware and get your opinion on whether this should be a good thing or not. Should I do it?
I don't really know the person who made it, so I guess it's fine. Doesn't seem harmful.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you were okay with it. I didn't want to, for lack of a better phrase, step on any toes or cause any undue stress. I mean, your opinion matters to me.
Well, it would be nice to stop running into the House of Flowers.
That is true. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So I think it'd behoove us to get some of this information and get some of this concentrate to the people we can trust.
There wasn't any wax on the hooves.
I think I trust that person you're talking about way more than whatever's out there.
I'm sorry, you broke in and out. What'd you say?
I trust the person you're talking about more than whatever is out there.
That's fair. Okay. Well then, with your approval, I'll head on and see if I can contact my patron and see if we can get this to her.
Good luck with that.
Thanks. And maybe never mind. And she says thanks and walks out the door. And says to the group as a whole, well, I guess I have somebody I need to get in contact with, as she heads towards her own bedroom and begins to close the door.
Awesome. As the winkle wax is getting done over there, we can go into your room, Covet. You close the door. You're alone with your thoughts for a moment. What would you like to do?
She thinks over everything that they've been through, particularly with the House of Flowers, this green dust. She's wary of everyone and everything right now, and she doesn't like it. She trusts her friends, but we've all are having to grow and learn with the adventures and challenges that we have been through, and she's hoping that she is growing and learning just as much as her friends are, if not more. She is just nervous but ready to get this over with, because she knows that the talks with her patron are not always the most fun, but necessary. Though they have had their fun at the same time. So she sits down and begins to meditate to contact her patron.
You call for Leslie. Hello, Covet. It's been a day.
Yeah, it really has.
Tell you
How's
what.
your day?
Oh, my day has been horrible.
Who do I need to kill?
Ashlyn DeLise, if you happen to come across her, but I don't think you're going to get the opportunity. We're going to stay out of this as best as possible, so don't kill her. But your younger brother, well, he's put his lot in with one of the pirates and has gotten the entire consortium targeted by the Abyssal Wraith and their crew. Be cautious out there.
Oh, great. What did he do?
He joined up with an individual by the name of Kier Katak, a half-orc, who apparently escaped the Abyssal Wraith years ago and joined the consortium without letting anyone know he had done so. And now the entire Longstriders consortium worldwide is a target of Ashlyn DeLise and the crew of the Abyssal Wraith. Until he returns to the ship.
Until my younger brother returns to the ship, or Kier Katak?
Tyronius is now afflicted by the same curse as Kier Katak, along with the rest of his party. So until they return and rejoin that crew or solve the situation, we are all targets.
Lovely. Great. Joyce.
I told you it'd been a day. How's your day?
Been fabulous.
Oh, did I forget to mention that Ashlyn DeLise is in Nausha today and just met with Sea-Toad Coin and the rest of his crew as well. And they're the ones who tipped her off to the fact that Kier was here in town.
Are you gonna kill him?
I'm not certain yet. He's an entrepreneur and a useful ally, so I'm uncertain.
Well,
Stop smiling, Jordan.
well, my day has been interesting. So, we found out that there is a rogue group of the House of Flowers that want to take out the Sultan.
That's quite the development.
Oh, yeah. New leadership in the House of Flowers here in Shadow Shaddai. There was a rogue group that wasn't happy with that and wanted to take out the Sultan. The rogue group, we were sent in to deal with the situation and found that this rogue group had planted traps all around the Sultan's palace garden, and with wandering brambles and all of these magical shrubbery. And
did you say a shrubbery?
Yes, I don't know if Robert was working that day though. I didn't think to ask. Should have though. But
Me, I don't think you did.
me. Oh, not that word. But we dealt with it.
Good.
But they had set a trap on the chicken coops with green sleeping dust.
This plan sounds foul.
Oh, it was terribly foul. And when you opened the coop, the dust would go out of the coop and in the coop. It was designed to take out the Sultan himself.
This plan
But-
really is for the birds.
It is, but we dealt with the brambles, but we ended up having to go back to Jamelia. And I ended up giving her a teeny tiny portion of the green sleeping dust because we didn't have the antidote at the time. But I have an antidote as she lifts the 3 milliliter test tube and says, "This is what I have of the antidote
Interesting.
that I would love for you to give to our associate." And I refuse to say his name because you never know who is listening in.
I understand.
And
Would you like to get it to me, though?
you said that you had a way of doing this with the box. You did this with the box once for an emergency. I consider this an emergency.
Really?
Yes, because there is another vial that I am going to be giving to Jamelia of this antidote, but it is less. I want us to have more of a head start. If there's not a antidote already made that our associate knows of.
Very well.
So this is the emergency that I am calling in, if
Oh.
at all possible.
Well, we can do that. And she will reach down and pull out a scroll, and a chest will appear next to you.
Covet opens the chest,
It's empty.
and she places the vial, the small vial, the little 3 ml vial
Sure.
in there, and closes the chest and says, "I hope that our friend can figure out how to make this and make more of it. This is the concentrate form, so a little goes a long way."
I hope so,
And it-
too.
And it does work. It has been tested.
I won't be able to use this again in the future, Kevin. The person who made these scrolls for me is dead.
I understand. But I think that for the greater good, we need to have the edge of
Very well.
knowing the antidote.
We have it. And the chest will poof out of existence. Now, is there anything else?
Just, I'm very wary of the House of Flowers. I'm wary of the team. I'm very wary of everybody. So I'm putting my faith in my team, in my group, in my little family, and hoping things will work out for the best.
Nothing. Everything eventually works out. The good guy doesn't always win, but we do our best. The world continues on with or without us. We'll be okay. We'll handle this Ashlyn situation. You know where she is at the moment, and she's far away from you. For now.
I'll make sure to let Islar and Rolmos know to keep an eye out, because they may have the Protectorate on their side, but
The Protectorate won't help from Ashlyn. They're terrified of her. But from what I've been told, Ashlyn is headed soon, after some reconnaissance, to a island far away from you. I don't think you're going to get involved with her before you manage to return to the Shintara Grove.
I do have one more question before I go.
Yes?
Cecily Wish.
What about her? It's quite the shift.
These rogue House of Flowers people. There was a note inside of a bone in a cipher that we were able to figure out. And it said, Cecily Wish must die.
Oh dear. Well, I haven't seen Cecily in quite some time.
We need to find her before the House of Flowers does, or this rogue group.
Well, how would you like to proceed?
We have contacts in various parts of Toivoa. Keep your ear to the ground. See if there's anything that you can find out.
Of course.
If we can get potentially, and I don't trust her at all, but Jamelia, if she proves to be trustworthy, which she seems to be at this point, but I question it. If we could get her back here to the safety of the Batim, technically, then they would owe us.
That would be interesting. Do you have any idea where she's located?
She went to Ivry?
Ivrix.
Ivrix, yes.
For
And
the
that's
records,
the...
people pronounce it different ways. I'm literally
Okay.
poking fun at Brahmi on Tuesdays.
Okay. Ivrix. That's the last she was heard of.
Well, that's unfortunate. Because if the House of Flowers is looking for her and she is on their continent, they're going to have a very easy time.
Well, I wouldn't say so.
Oh?
From the information that I was given, she acted as a caretaker and manager of a location where she trained assassins.
That doesn't sound like Cecily at all.
Are you sure?
I'm fairly certain. But people do surprise me from time to time.
Or was trained to be an assassin? Either way, she was learning or teaching.
I will do my best to find out more knowledge about her. Is there anything else, Covet?
Oh, that's all that I know right now. We have a meeting with the Sultan in 2 days' time, but that's about it.
Be cautious. But I don't have to tell you that. Have fun. And the connection fades.
I'm going to kill my brother. And with that, she takes a deep sigh, deep breath, and turns to the door.
All right.
And opens it.
You find Winkle having been freshly groomed. The process is complete.
Ooh. Hey, Covet. Look how shiny my antlers are.
I have no words.
Freshly waxed.
Yeah, they are. She looks over at Ayla, and what does Ayla look like at this point?
Ayla's standing over there with us. Yeah, they're freshly waxed, and I'm gonna kill him next time he does something like this.
My
Meaning
question is,
Twilight.
Jam, is
Yes.
Twilight sitting down?
Twilight, are you sitting down?
No.
He's rolling on the floor laughing the entire time.
Oh, it's a shame he's not sitting down.
Awen would come back out once the wax thing was over.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all done.
So
He would have done that while Covette was still talking to.
Okay. So Eowyn came out while Covet was talking to Leslie. What would Eowyn do?
He would mostly be just staying by the fireplace
Okay. Brooding slightly?
because I see in the art this place has one.
Yes. Okay.
It's just thinking about some things.
Understood. Eowyn is standing next to the fire, which is not surprising considering they are the pyromancer of the party. Covet,
one could say he is hot.
Indeed. Covet, when you come out, you see Eowyn standing there. Twilight is laughing his booty off, and Ayla and Winkle have gotten done with their time. What's Islarin doing?
I think Lauren would, once Covet gave her the vial, I think I would just go turn it into Jamila.
Okay.
So before Covet goes and gives her the vial, she says the other vial is gone to our contact. However, that was the last time that we could use the chest. The person who created those scrolls is dead, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, no more scrolls. But
Oh dear.
we've got bigger issues than that. When we go out back to sea, we need to keep an eye out for Ashlyn DeLise and the Abyssal Wraith and her crew.
Oh dear. That doesn't sound good.
Oh no, it's not, because she looks at Twilight and all of his mirth and says, Twilight, you remember how that possum ran over my grave before we went into the garden?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was definitely my brother.
You get the most dysfunctional family.
Oh,
You sure you still want to claim them?
I have to, unfortunately, and I don't right now. My patron is rather upset.
She chose them.
Fair, but apparently there was a half orc that became part of our organization, and left the Abyssal Wraith without telling anybody.
Oh no.
We met.
And,
we met them.
Yeah, well, apparently the whole group there is cursed and will remain cursed until they are dead or return to the ship. The whole group. And because of them, we as the Longstriders Consortium associates have a giant target on our backs. We are wanted by Ashlyn DeLise, the Abyssal crew, the Abyssal Wraith and crew. The only good note about this is that, from what we understand, she is sailing far away from us at this point, and we probably won't run into her at the moment.
Wow.
So that might be something we want to tell Romos
I agree.
and the crew.
Oh, gee.
But I have a question.
I have an answer. You may not like it, but I have an answer.
Do you think I could style? Oh, do you think I could cut my hair with fire?
I don't think that would be a good idea because you'd be a bit singed. Well, but you're immune to fire. It doesn't your armor make you immune to fire?
Well, yeah, that's why I asked. I mean,
No, it's not gonna work.
it does. So, like, what if I just? Why is it gonna work?
Because you're immune. It doesn't work on you. You don't get burned.
So it's not going to shorten your hair.
Okay, what if I tried? What if I tried without the armor?
Then it'll hurt.
A lot.
I mean, I've seen burn victims. Trust me, you don't want that.
It's hair. How's it gonna hurt?
Well, first off, hair is highly flammable. And then, do you really want the smell of burnt hair everywhere? I mean, really?
You'll smell like a moose.
Do you want to smell like Winkle?
I guess not.
Smell like a.
Oh,
I
you
thought
got
we
like
already
one
smelled like him. He's been around long enough.
If you want your haircut, we can give you a haircut. We'll find a great place, I promise.
I guess it's just I want to do something with my hair, so I thought burning it would do something.
There's healthier ways. But we can do something with your hair.
Ayla's real good with hair.
I don't think she wants moose hairstyles, though.
Oh, well, you have so many bags of it.
No, I don't.
Are you sure? Last time we checked, it was like
Are you sure?
1,000 bags in the hall.
Are you sure? Are you sure I can't burn it?
I don't think you should. But we can find a stylist for you. I really think that we could probably find you a stylist. I mean, I know the concierge downstairs, they sent us all this stuff for, like,
Fine.
spas and... Okay, cool. So, do you want me to call the concierge for a stylist now? Because, I mean, I can do that.
It's not like that right now.
But, I mean, the biggest, rule of cool is style. Style is everything.
Isn't singed hair style?
It's not
You
a good
seem to-
style.
You seem to do it well.
I always have perfect hair because of my wish. It doesn't get It doesn't get singed. So I can call a stylist.
While they're talking about that, I'm going to slip out and go to Jamila. Deliver the vial.
Okay.
It's Lauren. I'm gonna go with you just because I need out of here.
All right.
All
You
right.
want me to come with you?
You stay here, relax. I just need a break. Bye.
Okay.
All right. So the two of them head off into the town, away from the boyos.
Thanks, it's Lauren, for letting me go with you. I just need a break. I mean, it's just too intense.
All right. So you guys head towards Jamila's tower and on inside. Jamila is there. Greetings. You're back.
Greetings.
Is there something going on?
Indeed. It turns out that the House of Flowers has an antidote that they use.
And how did you
Tested
come by
this.
this?
Turn to Ayla.
In our dealings with trying to find out about the House of Flowers and what they were doing with the Sultan, we cleared the rogue element for them, which in turn protected the Sultan. And so, as part of our payment for getting rid of this rogue element from the House of Flowers, when we told them about the chickens being exposed to the green powder, they gave us this antidote. Supposedly, it's the only known antidote, but it is a concentrate. So, just a little bit goes a long way. So, we thought perhaps we would share this. This would be enough to cure the 37 chickens that are possibly infected with the green powder and still give you enough to be able to work with and possibly manufacture some more if needed in the future.
Thank you. I find it odd that they would willingly part with such a concoction.
From what we understand, there's been a change of heart in the top leadership for the House of Flowers, and that's that's just part of it. So I don't know why they decided to give it to us, but they did, and we have run an experiment and it does work.
Thank you. I will ensure that these get into the right hands.
You're most welcome. We think that this could take care of the whole problem with the chickens.
Perhaps so. We will ensure that it is taken care of. Is there anything else?
No, unless it's Lauren, do you have anything else?
That was all.
Thank you. You'll have to excuse me. I have a very busy day today.
Of course, we've taken up a lot of your time. We appreciate taking the time with us.
All right, and you guys can depart and go out into the city. Is there anywhere you'd like to go before returning to the Ebon Pearl?
I do want to pass on that message to Rolmos as well about Ashland Elise.
Okay, so maybe we should walk out to the dock.
All right. So we're going to go to the docks and visit. Awesome. So we go to the docks. As you come to the docks, you haven't been here in a few days. Real lifetime, like 4 months. But the ship is anchored and the guards are there. You are greeted and you see Rolmos on the deck of the ship looking over and waves at you as you approach. As you come aboard the ship, he greets you. Ambassador. Ayla?
Husband.
Wife?
I'm going to slip down to my room. There's a couple of things down there I want to pick up. So
Of course.
Ayla slips away.
Are the rest of your compatriots well? Why have you come alone?
They were discussing the sea and safety of haircuts with fire.
That sounds hazardous.
Indeed. At least the one who was suggesting it is immune to fire, so I believe.
Would that work then?
I don't know. And I'm sure he will find out if he tries.
Interesting. So this one would be Eowyn.
Indeed.
After all, I don't think Twilight cuts his hair. I believe he simply tries to exfoliate.
He's sitting here saying, one time. One time.
So, how can I help you? And he's going to get close, but not go for the kiss.
I've been warned about Ashland Elise.
His demeanor drops. What about her?
Apparently has reason to target consortium, and by extension us, and of course if she finds out that he sent that message to the tribunal about Kier, perhaps us more directly.
And how did she find out?
I'm trying to remember if Coven told us this directly, but
You can ask me, and I'll tell you whether I told you or not. How about that?
So did you tell us like how Ashlyn found out about Kier being at the consortium?
I said my brother, and I'm certain that everybody made their own assumptions from that.
Okay.
Because that's what she would have done.
All right. Then I'll tell Romos. Kier was part of her crew and escaped, and apparently that means that anyone who associates with him is targeted. I don't expect we will run into her, but should be aware.
Okay. So, what should we do?
believe Kirkatak is handling it.
I believe that here Hawk is handling it. But who is Kier Katak?
Former crew member.
A former crew member of
Yeah.
Ashland Delise is handling Ashland Delise.
He is. We've met him. We've met his current allies. They're formidable.
If you trust them, my dear, I will trust as well. I will not worry. I hope that your trust is well placed.
As do I. If not worry, then at least vigilance.
That I can assure you we will have in spades. The guards here in Shatter Shaddai have been quite vigilant and effective, and our crew women, although restless and wanting to get underway, are also still vigilant. In spite of the lack of their companion being missing, the loss of our small friend has darkened the mood.
I agree. Kiki was a delight.
I miss Kiki. You hear randomly.
I think we all miss Kiki.
It probably shouldn't be much longer until we are underway, though.
Time Steve for us when you keep good.
I will.
Well, I look forward to being underway when possible. We've spent far too long in Shadow Shaddai.
I concur. We need to. We can't afford further delay. But in a couple of days, hopefully, we'll be meeting with the Sultan. And then. Be onward.
Indeed. Once this is all done, then perhaps we can worry about the Protectorate itself more directly.
Concur. Everything you've told me. I need to see it all.
And I would love to show it to you.
Ayla noisily comes back up steps. She has in her possession.
Any romantic mood that he had been going for is shattered.
Yeah, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't walk on in on anything either.
There
So-
was almost a lead in for a kiss, and like the best rom-coms that has been broken into a million pieces.
He's been
Yeah.
isolated for weeks without his wife, and he had complete access to Winkle, and he just displayed his one opportunity.
But she comes back up with her arms full of papers. She said she says, yeah, I wanted to pick up some of my writings from where I'm working on my cookbook. I've come across several new things that I want to add.
Interesting. Well, I look forward to sampling them at some point.
Yeah, one day maybe I'll get this finished. So,
I thought the mantra about cookbooks is that they are never finished and should always be added to.
well, I know my grandmother did that. She always made notes in hers, and she'd find another recipe and write it out and stick it in the cookbook. So her books are all full of other things too. So, yeah.
Wife, I wish you the best. You are the best of us all. And he's going to give you a kiss on the cheek.
I will squeeze his hand and I'll also like turn and make it a kiss on the lips.
Understood. He's
I'll
surprised
tell
by
him.
the twist here, and his eyebrows and eyes smile. He can't hide the fact that he liked that. It's quick, though. Nothing extended. You've got stuff you have to do.
I'll tell him I'll be back later.
Thank you. Ah, there's always hope. All right.
All right, shall we rejoin the group, Ayla?
Yeah, I think they'll be worried about us if we're too much longer.
All right. Cool. So you guys can depart from the ship and head off back into the town. You return to the Ibn Pearl.
I think so.
All right. You guys can return to the Ibn Pearl and to your room, where you will find the party. At this point, it's going to easily be 6 p.m.
So what you need is a deflection device or something that actually focuses the flame to a very fine edge that allows you to get the cut that you're looking for without impacting the environment around you.
It's actually really smart.
How that goes back to writing in her journal.
Ayla turns to Islar and said, "Hey, I hope I didn't interrupt anything. I tried to take my time digging through stuff to give y'all a minute at least together."
I appreciate that, as well as making it clear when you were returning.
I didn't want y'all to be embarrassed, and I didn't want to be embarrassed either. So, I wish I could have come up with more to do, but it didn't work out. So,
There will be time.
yeah, I just keep looking toward that day when all of this kind of settles down and we can catch our breath.
Twilight, you're not immune to fire, are you?
No. I had something that made me resistant there for a while, but I gave those to Winkle.
If you're resistant, does that mean you don't catch on fire, or you just don't take fire damage?
Resistant means that it takes longer for the fire to have impact. It gets the impact or the effectiveness in it.
What if we tested that whole reflective idea with my idea of cutting hair with fire?
Well, just remember that hair, when exposed to a hot flame, kind of curls and burns. It has a very reactive interaction with fire.
It does curl up before it catches on fire.
And then it's got this
What
really
we-
weird smell. It's almost like a wet Winkle.
What if we tested on Boyko since he already smelled like that?
I
No.
don't want to think about how it would elevate from where it currently is.
And Boinkle he starts running around the room going, ooh, no, 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 no.
That mooses up.
I'm just saying, if we found a safe way to do this, we could even do beard or mustache cuts too.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
Now, if you have like an aerosol can that has maybe some parts of alcohol associated with it, and you have a flame and you spray the aerosol, then you can direct the flame toward the particular location that has the
Oh
infection.
my gosh.
That's called a blowtorch.
A blowtorch. So if we just made like a smaller blowtorch,
This has been a tough day. I'm going to go lay down. And so Ayla leaves and goes to her room.
Okay.
Winkle's gonna go over in the corner and just kind of sit.
Winkle, you're not going to follow Ayla?
I wasn't invited.
It'd be a long night sitting out here instead of going in there.
Well, that way I can keep an eye on you.
nobody's gonna set you on fire
You gave him the idea.
yet. Okay, I'll do you one better. I'm encouraging the idea.
Ooh. We're not having moose burgers today. And he runs off into the room.
So what you guys doing? Everyone going to bed?
I think we're calling it for the night.
Cool.
If we are, then I'm gonna spend the night on the ship.
You're going to go back to the ship?
Yep. You don't need to plan out anything. That's where I will be for the night.
Understood.
Twilight looks at Covet and then looks at Lauren. So, would you like us to go down to the boat with you?
Be fine.
Last time somebody tried going through the town by themselves, they ended up in a pile with ribbons and clothes and trash and various other things and never made it to their destination. Granted, that was Winkle, but the point still remains.
You can do what you'd like. However, I'm going to visit Rolmos. Do with that what you will.
Can you give Ramos my regards?
Will.
Thank you.
Are you sure? I'm not trying to be the person that is poking their nose where they don't belong. It's just, unfortunately, Twilight has made a valid comment.
For 4 today.
Watch it.
All right.
Ooh, 5 people have agreed with him today?
I am comfortable on my own, but if you two feel like it would be helpful, I don't mind the company. I'm always keeping watch of my surroundings. Or we'll just start heading in that direction. It is up to you two if you want to follow.
Do you follow him? Do you follow her or not? She seems confident in being by herself.
You follow. We're just gonna lock the door. We're just gonna lock the door.
Do you do that other thing first?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to send that off to the person in question. Here you go. All done there. Cool. That's been taken care of. And Islarin and Twilight and Covet are going to go off into the city of Shatter Shaddai towards the docks, where eventually they can board the ship, and Islarin is going to spend time with, I think that's about an appropriate description, with Rolmos.
Yep.
And Covet and Twilight, do you stay aboard the ship or do you go back to the Ibn Pearl?
We'll stay on the ship, but out of noise distance from Slarin.
Since you don't want to disturb them with your noise, we understand.
Absolutely.
And we don't want them to disturb us with their noise, so.
The gentle talking that they're doing probably won't disturb anybody.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
So, you guys...
That's what we're going with? Okay.
Look, I'm following the desires of this individual. I'm sorry, what was that, Islarin?
I said that's what we're going with.
That's what we're going with? That's what we're going with.
Okay.
As the evening fades to black on whatever happened tonight, we wake up the next morning and everyone has gotten a long rest. Fair, Islarin?
Yep.
Understood. Islarin, it was a very restful evening.
It was good to catch up.
That's what we're going with.
I'm sure a conversation had been mustered.
That's the opportunity.
Thank you so much. And you and I get these puns so great. It's awesome. I mean, we just sandwich them between us.
Right? Yeah, let us continue.
Tomato. All right, moving forward. You guys wake up on the ship, Twilight and Covet.
Yep, we're awake.
That was a question. Okay. There's no coffee here.
Twilight knows not to talk to me until I've had my coffee. This is why we have... This is how our relationship works.
All right, so you guys get up, move on into the town. What do you guys want to do today?
So I'm going to suggest going to see. Actually, is there any member of the team that anyone's, or either of the other two that anyone prefers?
I mean, y'all had the recommendation.
I agree that we probably need to go see Sophia. Sophia. It's...
You're in a completely different place and having a much different experience, just saying.
Very different.
But I think we should probably get the other group first. The other half of the group
Yeah,
first.
exactly.
Maybe.
We should definitely make the decision all together.
Yeah. But I totally agree Sophia is probably the best bet, according to Jamie. Yeah.
Noah?
Thank you. I'm having a day.
And we've closed out our investigations. We've closed out the inquiries and all the other things that we've tried to do.
Well, we do need to close it out with Tazika, and with the meeting in 2 days, we need to do that soon.
Is that the one that had the inquiry about the seal?
Yes. You can save that for last if you want, but we should do that before we see the Sultan.
Agreed.
And
That
the
I
other
will
one.
agree with that. Yes.
We need to get more updated information on that whole situation ship before we close that out, considering what we saw prancing through the middle of town.
Probably would be a good idea.
As our understanding is probably no longer updated.
Yeah.
What's changed there?
I remember she was taking somebody over to a portal and they were kind of bound, gagged, floating on a
Oh,
And
thing.
she was no longer in her
Yeah.
masquerading.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surrounded by guards. She was escorting this floating structure with the bound person to a portal. Updating is important.
all right. I'm assuming we're like having this conversation like once we're back at the Even Pearl and
Okay,
everyone's
Of course.
together.
we can
Of
do
course.
that. Sure.
Oh,
let's
okay. So I
go
can
back
put in
there.
my 2 cents.
Don't want to leave anyone out.
Yeah, I think we probably do need to check up on that again.
We do that first or last?
Probably should do that first, since
Yeah.
it's should be the easiest. Get the information,
Hopefully.
get out kind of situation.
Hopefully.
Just never know with her.
We should. Are we gonna go? Are we going to Neve's place then?
Yeah, I think it's
Nafisa's
probably
place.
yeah. Nafisa's place. Nafisa's mage tower.
Okay. We're going to go to Nafisa's Mage Tower. Awesome. Cool. So
This is awesome so ominously.
this is not where I expected you guys to go today. I'm like, okay, we can do that.
Me neither.
This was not on my list of places I expected, but hey,
We like to keep you on your toes.
What can I say except you're welcome?
understood. So you guys come to Nafisa's Mage Tower, or the Mage Tower formerly belonging to a mage named Nafis. As you guys approach, the door is open. You want to go inside?
Covet straightens her shoulders, looks at Islaren, looks at Twilight, and just strides right in.
Cool. There are no guards outside. Come right on in. The decor hasn't changed. Not one iota has it changed. This last time you
I
were
mean,
here.
it's still singed in places. Like there, it looks like there was a battle.
It has not even been cleaned.
It's made of a pig? I mean, look at the dust.
You
I mean,
hear a voice. No, he's not a pig. He's just busy. How are you all today, Covet? Mwah, mwah. Welcome.
Covet just kind of stands there a little. It's stiff. She'll do the double kiss on the cheeks back, as is customary, but it is the bare minimum.
She goes over to one of the chairs and sits in it sideways, legs over one armrest and arm dangling out the front. So, what brings you to my home today?
Well,
My husband is out.
You know where he is.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
That we know where he is.
Yes, probably. But he's gone.
We came to make sure that we were all on the same page before we closed out some of our requirements for other members of the Beteem, as we are nearing our end of time here in
Oh, that's so sad. You've been so helpful to all of us members of the team.
We just want to make sure that we have all the knowledge going forward so that we can make a proper report to a person of the team.
Oh, well, what would you like to report to me? Since Nafis and I are married, well, I'm able to act as a member of the team.
Well, as a member of the team, if it had become known that a rumor that Nafis had come in contact or had made some sort of deal with an unsavory person, like, I don't know, a fiend, demon, and we find that to be
Distasteful?
true and distasteful, yes. How would we need to report that this rumor has been dealt with, and how?
Well, if that rumor, which is just a rumor, don't we agree?
She looks at Islaren.
You know the truth.
If that rumor does get out, and if you heard the fact that, Nafis had made deals with demons and fiends, you can tell them, whoever tells you this rumor, that if it had been true, would a cleric of MKL have married him? Would she still be married to him and acting as a member of the team in his absence? No. So that can't possibly be true, because I wouldn't allow it to happen. I have a reputation to uphold, you understand. I won't let my husband be possessed by a demon. Fair?
Just a high-ranking. Go for it. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear it.
Who is that drow you are carrying?
Oh. That criminal abducted me in Grindavik several months ago and imprisoned me in a temple of Cateus. He attempted to siphon my essence into forming a more powerful bond and permanently summoning the temple. Thanks to some assistance from some friends of ours that you're familiar with, Matilda, etc., they managed to free me. And after a significant amount of effort and bureaucracy within the Grand Library, brought him to me as a member of the team for justice. And as part of my deal with them, I delivered him to Grindavik for prosecution. That's all.
Did he make it?
Did he take the prosecution?
Did he make it to Grindavik?
Oh, of course he made it to Grindavik.
She made a deal. Didn't you hear the words? She delivered him. Now, whether he was alive or dead is yet to be determined.
Oh, dear Coven. Why would I kill him when I know for a fact that the people in Grindavik are going to do far worse things to his living body than just killing him? No, I delivered him intact as part of my deal. All 4 limbs, all his teeth, his hair and eyes, all there. His tongue, regrettably, still in his mouth, and all his organs still where they belong.
His toes and fingers?
Still there.
It wouldn't surprise me though if it was the spirit in a feast instead of who was in there originally.
Oh. Nafis is nowhere near involved with that individual. I refuse to call him a man.
That's fair. I mean, Cateus is, we both know, is the direct opposite of MKL.
One
We
of,
don't
but yes.
Yes, one of. I mean, there's several, but we don't want that. I mean, Cateus is chaos.
Indeed.
Do we want chaos? No.
Nobody wants that. Not me, not anybody. No, the terrible individual is about as kind as I'll go on his name, has been delivered to the enforcement arm of Grindavik. They're quite effective. I took no justice upon myself to render upon him, other than delivering him to the proper authorities, as per my arrangement with our friends. I trust that Grindavik will handle him appropriately. And I was given a restraining order. I'm not to come near to the individual. Well, he remained intact, but I did help myself to a last minute before departing racking of his genitals.
That's fair.
I felt that at least a minor assault would be justice enough for me to inflict upon him.
Well, so for a final report, the wife of Nafis is acting for the team in his stead.
Of course.
Because she would never allow him to be a part of any dealings with demons or fiends.
Of course not. Such a stain would dismantle the team. The city of Shatter Shaddai would spend decades, if not centuries, recovering from a scandal like that.
And what are you going to do with his soul? We both know it needs to go to MKL. So how are you going to handle that?
It's already there.
It was in a jar last I saw it.
That jar, and she points over at the wall where there are shattered pieces of clay.
When did you send him back?
Would have been 3 days ago, 4? I don't know. He served his purpose.
She looks at Islarn and says, "Are you satisfied?"
I'm going to go examine the jar.
Sure.
Going to divine sense on it.
Sure.
Not that I think that'll turn anything up, since it would only. I can't imagine it would work unless like there's any fiendish part of the face left.
We will
Even if
give
he
you the
were still
fact
in
that
there?
there was a trace of undeath, that there was an undead soul in here for a while, but it's long gone.
And I will nod and say, and we have the answers we need.
A pleasure working with you. I understand how distasteful some of these rumors can be.
Of course. We always want to make sure that we get to the truth, correct?
The truth is always important. It's always important to tell the truth. I would never let Nafis rule as part of the team with any influence from demonic forces. The team should not be influenced by such things ever. Don't you agree?
Agreed.
See, I knew we would get along. We could be besties.
Now that you've solidified your established position here.
Oh,
Kind of
I would never
loosely.
say my position is solidified. As she slides off the armrest head first and her leg go up and over, doing a handstand into a stand-up. I prefer to be more fluid, you understand. She stands there smiling at the discomfort.
The whole reason we've been here up to this point is to remove the shadowy influence of Shantara Grove and then to eventually cleanse it.
Yes.
Where are you going to be, or would you be available? Would you be available once we begin that cleansing process?
Well, of course, that depends on the time. But if you're asking if I can provide assistance, I'm willing to, depending on what's going on. I don't want to promise anything. You understand, I'm a creature of truth. And you wouldn't want me to lie, would you, Twilight?
Of course not.
No.
But
And I've never lied to you about anything. I'm not about to start.
an inclination of good faith and intent will work wonders.
Good faith, that depends on one's interpretation. But willingness to assist, that I can give you.
For that, we acknowledge and are grateful.
Of course. And she curtsies low. The team are always thankful for all of the efforts that you do for us. After all, it's rare to get such capable citizens assisting us.
I don't know that we qualify or even quantify as citizens.
Would you like
However-
to? We can grant citizenship. Here,
Our time
very
on-
simple. I now declare that the six
I
of
do
you...
not. I do not accept.
Me neither.
You guys don't want citizenship in Shattershed Eye?
No, no,
No.
no.
Nope, because that will force us to give up citizenship other places, and that's a no.
You don't want dual citizenship?
No.
I don't want them taxes.
Ah, damn. Oh well.
You forget where we live.
While we are working diligently here at the material plane, we are attempting to limit permanent ties to this realm.
Oh, dear. Such a shame. I hope we've been most hospitable.
Of course.
It's
However,
been quite the adventure.
getting home is a priority.
Do you want to go now?
Not at this time. We are not ready.
Never ready.
We will be in time.
You know what they say. YOLO. You only live often.
Says a revenant.
She smiles at you. Well, I try.
Fair enough.
So, what's your plan next? Have you met with Sultan Lego? I hadn't heard.
We have an appointment with him in 2 days' time.
Excellent.
But we're
Have you gotten all your endorsements?
supposedly we've gotten the minimum amount, but we would definitely like to go and see Sophia next.
Well, she's delightful.
Any tips?
Tips? Well, be yourself. She's a conservationist, you understand. She likes plants and is one of those druids. She's generally a hippie for the most part. Wander-free and free love, you understand.
She stands a little closer to Twilight.
Oh, no. She's all about consent and general happiness. She has very good spice cabinet for you, Ayla. She's very much into herbaceous substances.
I see. It might be interesting to speak with her about that type thing at a later date.
Oh, if she'll remember you. Of course, you understand that certain concoctions have mind-altering traits.
She wouldn't happen to be an associate of tea, would she?
Tea? I'm sure she likes it.
Not the drink. The individual that deals in herbaceous activities.
Oh. You mean the woman... Oh. You don't know her real name. Yes.
She didn't give it to me.
She and T have trade, we'll call it, from here in Shatter Shaddai. So I can confirm that rumor. As far as anything else, well, that's not my business. It's not my want to pry into personal affairs outside of my own. I have enough to worry about as is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you?
Of course. I believe that you may be correct. And with that, we appreciate all of the assistance that you have given us. Unless somebody else has anything to say?
Won't you stay for dinner? It's already a bright morning, and I was about to have lunch.
We've already eaten.
Such a shame. Well, the best apple strudels come from the shop down below.
Such information is valuable.
Yes. And if you do go, ask for Bruno. He is the best server at the Buff Puff.
Even though we're not supposed to talk about Bruno?
That's precisely right. But Covet, when do I ever do what I'm supposed to?
100% fair.
You know what they say? Good girls don't make good stories.
Bad girls make history.
Exactly. She smiles. I love making history. Don't you, Covet? Ayla? Islarin?
Making history is interesting.
Indeed. Us bad girls have to stick together, take good care of each other.
But no,
And
I
when-
may have to go visit the Buff Puff to find out their tips on the strudel. I'm always looking for ways to improve the ones that I make.
I think the trick is the amount of butter placed in the pastry, that and how vigorously they knead the dough. Have you seen them do that? Their missiles ripple.
I've not noticed, but I will have to go look.
It's quite the show.
I make a rather good plum strudel that I might, if I have the time, I may make one and bring it to you for the information.
Ayla, I'd love to eat your plum strudel.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey,
Help.
that's mine.
Help.
Have a wonderful day, each of you. I will catch you later. Is there anything you guys want to do before departing?
We don't talk about Bruno. Oh, oh. And she covered is singing this song as she walks out the door.
All right.
How do you know, Bruno?
She does little samba. It was a little it was a little song I heard. I think it was from that one. I think it was from when we saw Boris and the Pussycats one day.
I've heard it, but I didn't hear it from Boris and the Pussycats.
You heard somebody who made a cover of it? Oh my gosh!
Of course, it's a good tune.
We don't talk about Bruno. Oh, oh. We don't talk about Bruno.
Why are you singing
I
about?
think I heard it from Four Wolf Day.
Yep. For Wolf Day, I like that one. New band in Toivoa, For Wolf Day.
Yep.
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 The direct opposite of Bruno and the Pussycats.
Yep. For Wolf
Boris
Day.
and
That's,
Boris and the Pussycats.
you know where they play though, right?
Yeah,
3 doors down.
right.
Ah!
Right. Oh, wow.
When
But
I
if you pay with a copper, you end up with a nickel back.
so for random piece of information, I was on the flight with 3 doors down. It was
Nice.
great. It was great. They came and shook hands. It was
Nice.
with everybody on the flight. It was great.
Very cool.
Awesome.
All right. Well, this is a great spot for us to end for today, and we can come back
Yeah.
to explore where we are going next here in Shadow Shaddai next week on Us Against the Gods.
Hey.
Because you guys have resolved quite a bit today. Good job.
High five, guys.
Yep. As always, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there, and I'm always, always thankful you choose me to be yours. Check out the website over at gmerc.com where we have the wonderful hats. Go check them out. We also have dice on the front page. We also have the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMEric. We got the YouTube channel. We got the clip contest. Tons of stuff going on. And we have the Battle Royale coming up on July 27th. If you have not participated in one of those, they are a ton of fun, and we give out physical prizes for that. So go check that out over at gmerc.com in the store under One Shots. Otherwise, guys, have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning for Beneath Fallen Skies as we return to their main storyline, and they plan to lose a fight in a gladiatorial ring.